let's go here. Look. Minister, since I came into this House in 2002, I have fully recognised the contribution of both horse racing and greyhound racing, and in particular greyhound racing is to rural communities, because it's very, very prominent in my own area. And I've always argued that the greyhound racing share of the pot was significantly smaller than the horse racing Ireland side of it. And I have to say that I'm looking at a figure here of 963,099 million, almost 1 billion since 2001 that has been handed over. A huge amount of money. And despite my own misgivings at times, I've always supported, because of the amount of people, there was the jobs opportunity and also its contribution to the social fabric of our society and our communities. And I have been involved with the last number of months, maybe nearly 12 months, with a group called Horse Racing Ireland that's been set up. And I have to say, horse racing. Harness racing. Harness racing. Right. And I have been trying, along with other people, for many, many months, they're trying to get a facility so that they could hold an event. They eventually got an event held in Dundalk Racecourse. And I think that came about, Minister, and I'm speculating here, probably by your intervention. And I certainly hope that's the case. The treatment of harness racing by Horse Racing Ireland and the influence that they have managed to put on racetracks around the country, privately owned racetracks around the country, to prevent an event taking place by harness racing, to put it mildly, if it's totally accurate, a disgrace. I've had sight of a letter in relation to reasoning why they were opposing a harness racing event. And sight of that letter stated a number of reasons. One was which was a legitimate reason, I thought, that had to be satisfied regarding the health and safety of the animals, and particularly in spreading disease and so forth. But one other line on it as well, that they were in competition with Horse Racing Ireland and see them as competitors against them. So I have to say that there's not 1 cent in this. I understand there was an application for some funding, a small amount of funding, I think prior to the event in Dundalk, and it wasn't agreed to, or it wasn't given. And when you look at the figures here of 52.2 million to Horse Racing Ireland, and I was thinking, I have no problem with the greyhound sector, because I know how valuable it is. And they said a big sector of the industry, Horse Racing Ireland, 52.2 million, and there's not 1 cent, of any provision being made available for harness racing. And many people would argue it's a status thing, and I hope that's not the case. But I will concur with and support the position adopted by Deputy O'Keefe here, that I can't vote for this. And I've never voted against it. I voted for it every time since I came in here. But I cannot vote for this until I have had the opportunity of questioning Horse Racing Ireland and challenging them on their interventions preventing harness racing taking place. Because I think to do so would be to accept inequality. And I'm not going down that road.
Senator O'Neill.